We are back, diving into the dark depths of the ocean, the murky waters that hide some of the deadliest and mythical creatures our planet and stories have to offer. You guys know I hate the ocean, every droplet, every grain of sand, every underwater cave. There are things lurking deep below the surface that should never be uncovered. However, some folks have written about these terrifying monsters, so today on Top 5 Scary Videos, I'm going to be counting down our list of the top 5 scariest aquatic monsters you need to read about. Before we begin though, be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be responding to some of your comments, and with that, let's jump in. Coming in at 5, UMIBOZI. UMIBOZI is a paranormal phenomena or yokai from Japanese folklore. Little is known of the origin of UMIBOZI, but it is a sea spirit and as such has multiple sightings throughout Japan. Typically, UMIBOZI appears to sailors on calm seas, which quickly turns tumultuous, either breaks the ship on emergence or demands a bucket or barrel from the sailors and proceeds to drown them. The only safe way to escape an UMIBOZI is to give it bottomless barrel and sail away while it is confused. They appear and disappear in the oceans, often at night, and it is thought that they would suddenly appear on what was previously a calm sea surface as a giant black bozu head and destroy ships. In the Tohoku region, there is a custom of sacrificing to the gods the first fish caught when fishing, and it is said that if this is not followed, Nambozu would appear and destroy the boat and kidnap the boat owner. They are also said to change their appearance, and in Kesanuma, Oshima, Miyagi Prefecture, there are tales of them shapeshifting into a beautiful woman and engaging in swimming contests with humans. Odd. Outside of Japan, they are half-human legends about sea monks and sea bishops related to the UMIBOZI. Coming in at number 4, Ikuturso. Ikuturso, meaning the eternal Tursu, also known as Ikutursas, is a malevolent sea monster in Finnish mythology. As of now, Meriturus means octopus in Finnish, named after Ikuturso, but originally Turus is an old name for walrus. This aquatic creature's appearance remains unclear, but he is described with several epithets. Partalainen, the one who lives on the brink, or alternatively, the bearded one. Tuonenhaka, the ox of Tuoni death. Tutapa, thousand head. Tuhatsavi, thousand horned. It was also sometimes said that he lived in Pohjola, but that could also be because Pohjola was believed to be home of all evil. In some cases, Ikuturso is mentioned as the father of diseases, with Leviathan, the blind daughter of Tuoni, the god of death. In the world of Lovecraft, the Ikuturso was a great old one who ruled over the area of Finland until he, alongside the other old ones, was sung into the swamps by Finnish sages and poets, who had learned these abilities from the Sami people. Around the 1930s, author Mats W. Cornelius, who was a correspondent of H.P. Lovecraft, wrote stories in which he compared Ikuturso with the great old one Cthulhu. The creature is mentioned several times in the Finnish national epic. Kalevala, I quote, "From the ocean rose a giant mighty Tursa, tall and hairy, pressed compactly all the grasses that the maidens had been raking. When a fire within them kindles and the flame shot up to heaven, till the windows burned to ashes, only ashes now remaining. Of the grasses raked together in the ashes of the windows, tender leaves the giant places in the leaves he plants an acorn. From the acorn quickly sprouting grows the oak tree tall and stately. From the ground enriched by ashes newly raked by water maidens. Spread the oak tree's many branches, rounds itself a broad corona, raises it above the storm clouds. Far it stretches out its branches, stops the white clouds in their courses. With its branches hides the sunlight, with its many leaves the moonbeams, and the starlight dies in heaven." Coming in at number 3, CROIN. CROIN was a large sea monster in Scottish Gaelic folklore, famous from one specific saying, I quote, "7 herrings a salmon's fill, 7 salmon a seal's fill, 7 seals a large whale's fill, 7 whales a CROIN's fill." Local folklore say this huge animal can disguise itself as a small silverfish when fishermen come in contact with it. Other accounts state the reason for the disguise was to attract its next meal. When the fisherman would watch it in its small silverfish form, once aboard it changed back to the monster and ate him. The creature has a typical water dragon or serpent shape that is vicious and terrifying, consuming anyone who crosses its path. Also, sorry this point was so short, it's literally because CROIN has no information about it. You can check. Coming in at number 2, NINGEN. Over the past few years, rumours have circulated about the existence of Arctic humanoid lifeforms known as NINGEN, inhabiting the icy waters of the Antarctic. It has reportedly been observed multiple times by crew members on whale research ships, and these so-called NINGEN, meaning human, are said to be completely white in colour with an estimated length of 20 to 30 meters. Other eyewitnesses described them as having a human-like shape, often with legs, arms, and even 5-fingered hands. Other times they are described as having fins fins or a large mermaid-like tail instead of legs, or even tentacles. Now, the only visible identifiable facial features are the eyes and mouth. According to one particular account, crew members on deck observed what they thought was a foreign submarine in the distance. When they approached, however, it became clear from the irregular shape of the thing that it was not man-made, it was alive. It then disappeared under the surface of the water. These NINGEN stories garnered attention, with an article being printed about the Antarctic humans, with the article speculating on the possibility of unidentified creatures inhabiting the Southern Sea. Sadly, to date, no solid evidence has been presented to confirm the existence of the NINGEN. Sightings still occur to this day though, most frequently at night, making them all the more difficult to photograph. Whether they are dangerous, we have no idea, however they are absolutely terrifying to look at, which is why they make it to number 2. And finally coming in at number 1, Leviathan. The Leviathan is a sea serpent monster of immense size from Jewish belief, referenced in the Hebrew Bible and the Book of Job, Psalms and the Book of Isaiah, and the Book of Amos. The Leviathan of the Middle Ages was used as an image of Satan, endangering both God's creatures by attempting to eat them and God's creation by threatening it with upheaval in the waters of chaos. St. Thomas Aquinas described the Leviathan as the demon of envy, first in punishing the corresponding sinners. It is also classified as one of the 7 princes of hell, corresponding to the 7 deadly sins. In Judaism, sources describe the Leviathan as a dragon who lives over the sources of the deep, and who, along with the male land monster Behemoth, will be served up to the righteous at the end of time. I quote, "The sea monsters, the great fish in the sea, and in the words of the Agada, this refers to the Leviathan and its mate, for he created them male and female, and he slew the female and salted her away for the righteous in the future. For if they would propagate, the world could not exist because of them." According to sources, the body of the Leviathan, especially his eyes, possesses great illuminating power. This was the opinion of Rabbi Elazar, who in the course of the voyage in company with Rabbi Joshua, explained to the latter, when frightened by the sudden appearance of a brilliant light, that it probably proceeded from the eyes of the Leviathan. In modern usage, however, the term Leviathan has come to refer to anything, specifically any sea monster, and from the early 17th century has also been used to refer to overwhelmingly powerful people or things, including Moby Dick. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with that list? Were there any scary aquatic monsters that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, and perhaps we can do a part 2. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos. Top 5 scary demons that possess someone. Alan Ben said, "The most disturbing thing in this video is Lucy's pronunciation of vase." Well, I think I say it the correct way, which is the English way. Don't know how you guys are saying it. Vase? Get out here. Ox the Undead 666 said, "The hat returns." You guys are obsessed with the hat. I don't have a hat today, so you may as well click away. Jessica Thill said, "Your videos put a smile on my face, especially after I just had back surgery on Monday. Your humble servant would bow, but can't at the moment." Wow. Well, I hope your surgery went really well. You better bow when you're recovered. Just kidding, recover well. Exploded Almond said, "This is a tutorial video about how Lucy will take over all of our minds." It's not really a tutorial video. I've already done it, so move on. And on that note, if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another scary vid. And until next time, see you later. But it is described with several epithets. Epithets. Tuonen Harker, the ox of Tuoni. Me. I need to write things phonetically. It was also sometimes said that he lived in Pohut. Hell. With Leviathan. With Leviathan. For the reason for the with the article speculated with the me. Maybe it's a carbon monoxide alarm. We're all gonna die.